Shalom, Kahala Yahweh Bashem Shabbat Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, hopeful like Tabernacle of David. And shalom to all you Akwath out there too, all right? The righteous ones. We're just going to do a quick video, a quick lesson, video epistle, if you will. We're going to type in polycrisis because we can see it. Okay, what is the polycrisis? And all of this is through the Spirit. What is a polycrisis? Why is everyone talking about it? And blah, 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 blah. Global polycrisis. Let's look at this. All right, when is this? It doesn't give a date, but we'll read it anyway. 2023, dozens of environmental, social, technological, and economic stressors are interacting with increasing velocity. Their combined impact, right, is causing unpredictable future shocks of greater intensity. Listen to these words: greater intensity, increasing velocity, combined impact, okay, interacting, all right, and that's good enough. What is the polycrisis? The climate emergency. The climate emergency, what they're calling what, global warming or whatever. CV-19, the Ukraine war, artificial AI, record numbers of migrants, and deep uncertainty about the future are examples. Okay? So, how do we find that in the scriptures? 2 Ezra 16:37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Jump down to 39. Even so shall the earth, the world shall mourn, and sorrows, this is the point, sorrows shall come upon it on every side. That's the polycrisis. Okay? And we're supposed to know that this is what's going on. Let's get it right here. Okay, what's going on? And why can we see it all happening at once? These things used to be spread out. Used to take 1 year, 2 years, a big thing will happen. Next year or so, year and a half, then the next thing would happen. We're not in that time no more. We're in a whole different paradigm. It's Matthew 24 and 1. Let's get 22. And except those days should be shortened, okay? There should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake. Those days shall be shortened. So the days are shortened, number one. Why? Why are the days, the Most High is making the days shorter and shorter? They're just blowing by. Weeks are blowing by. Months are blowing by. At the end of this month, we'll be halfway through this year. Okay? The hopeful year that all of the prophecies will come to pass. Paraphrasing, okay? Now, why is the Most High shortening the days? So things are coming faster and faster. Why? Because 21. Matthew 24:21. For then, now, shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So we're in this time. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. And it's gaining a foothold, if you will. All these different things happening at the same time. Now, I wrote down just a few, right? You can't see my list, but it goes like this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Number 1, aliens/UFOs. Number 2, troop movements in the U.S. Number 3, cyber attacks. Number 4, lights out. Number 5, World War III. Number 6, Trump arraignment. Number 7, summer solstice. The summer solstice is tomorrow. All right? So what we're going to do, and for the sake of time, because I'm trying to keep this short, okay? Hey, all of this stuff, let's read this again. The polycrisis emerged as a global phenomenon, right? Dozens of environmental, right? Which is global warming, social, a rainbow flag at the White House, technological AI, and economic, what's coming, that CHIP is coming with the CBDC, are interacting with increasing velocity. Their combined impact is causing unpredictable future shocks of greater intensity. We know where it's all going, right? It's going to the glass parking lot and us looking down from a spaceship, right? That's where it's going, right? And the Alpha and Omega, not just the Omega. The Alpha and the Omega is Yahweh Shai, right? Who's coming back to blow shit up in a spaceship, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go here. Let's see. That last part that was yesterday. All right, we'll go here and we're going to search aliens. Let's see. Let's type in alien, UFO, landed in my backyard. Yeah? How long ago was that? A week? Week and a half, 2 weeks? Now, all we're going to do is see what comes up. 2 days ago, okay, Las Vegas police placed cameras in backyard where aliens supposedly live. This is the headlines, right, on the internet. 1 day ago, it's basically the same thing. 4 days ago, 7 days ago, 11 days ago, 6 days ago, 11, okay, 4 days, now a year ago, 5 days ago, 8 days ago, okay? So this is the talk of the town. This is part of the polycrisis, right? I don't want to watch this. So we saw this. It's a lot. Bear with the commercial. Commercial for a 45-second video.
Flies, bro. I really thought a shooting star, and then these people said there's aliens in their backyard.
Remember that family in Las Vegas that claimed a UFO landed in their backyard and say they saw an alien? Well, if they decide to come back, the police want to have more evidence. They set up cameras in the yard of the family who made the original 911 call. Sources close to the investigation said they do not believe the call was a hoax.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great.
Okay. So these things are going on, right? And what is this? Is this a distraction? Aliens? UFOs? Come on. They are in the scriptures, but we know what they are. We know what they're not. Okay? UFOs don't crash. All right? Man-made UFOs, which are not UFOs. They're IFO. And so are the angels, for that matter. Okay, so let's move on. There's one. Number 2 on the list. Troop movements. Let's just type it in. In the U.S. Troop movements in the U.S. What does that bring? 2 days ago, right? 7 months, 2 days ago, 5 years, 1 year, 2 years, there we go. Hide it now. 6 days ago, okay? This happened in Syria. I guess that doesn't qualify. 2 days, that doesn't qualify. Okay, well, let's go back and look at these. 6 years, 7 days, that doesn't qualify. Right? We're just looking, we're analyzing, because we know what this is. All right. This doesn't qualify. Breaking military movement on West Coast, our West Coast, in the U.S., and North Korea seeing movement also. Okay. You know what? This might be interesting. 2 days ago. It's a little long. 7 months, 2 days. State of emergency in the U.S. Russian warships are desperately approaching the U.S. border. This is significant. Right? Not what I'm looking for, but see what a search turns up. So this is overseas, basically. And this is talking about war. This isn't what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see, let's go to YouTube. Let's type in, look, this. Breaking tanks on our streets. How old is this? Okay. Cyber Polygon is going down. This is what I'm talking about. Military mobilization on our streets. Right here, breaking. Tanks and troops being deployed all across Babylon and Canada. So this they're hiding, right? UFOs and aliens, they're pushing that out. This they're hiding, okay? Which is predictable, all right? All right, that's about it, okay? But look at this, Cyber Polygon, if you understand what that is. Tanks on our streets. Get ready for worst cyber attack. That's a different, okay, military mobilization. He's talking about right here, right, in the Continental 50, Continental 48, whatever the hell you call it. Now, back here, all right, I'm going to go through this real quick. Breaking military movement on West Coast. What West Coast? The West Coast of the United States. And are you trying to equate that with whatever is going on in North Korea? All right, because what we're watching is them getting things in place for the lockdown of the United States. Anyway, let's see. Let's lock it. Bear with the commercial. This is 2 days ago.
I know these events are going to come to pass. I've already seen them.
So lock it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I didn't think I'd be on here this fast.
This is
after doing the last video. I told you everything was normal and everything wasn't normal.
Global Rapture Watchers. Okay, 2 days ago. Breaking military movement on West Coast in the U.S. And North Korea seeing movement also.
I'm being bombarded with friends that I have in the military, to people like you on the channel, sending me all kinds of information from all over the United States. There's news coming in from every angle, but like I tell you, do not fear. Do you see? I have no fear in my voice. I know these events are going to come to pass. I've already seen them. We already know that on here, so always remember, no fear. There's reports, there's major military movements all over the United States. From Ospreys flying in over places, up to 50, 60 of them. There's tanks in Iowa being deployed. I've heard border stuff all the way to Philadelphia. It's also happening in Canada and North Korea. Today, major deployments. Now, I've got a lot of military friends, and they've told me that this is not
A drill.
They do not have unscheduled tests like this, okay? So if they're going to do a maneuver, they've got to let the town know before they do it. But nothing that's happened. So, what's happening? We don't know. But for some reason, all the militaries in the world have went on call today, and there's major movements. The ones in Canada have been filmed, the ones in California, Iowa, and there's other places. There's more information coming out by the hour, okay?
Okay, good enough. All right, I'm gonna keep it moving. So this is troop movements in the U.S. He's explaining, right? What we're doing is we're putting it all together. All right. Now let's move on. The next one on the list is cyber attacks, and that's easy, right? Cyber attacks. First, they warned the people. Was it a KillNet? Let's put KillNet. First, they did a warning video. Gave the European banking system 48 hours, and then they started with their cyber attacks, and it's on record. All right, there's warnings out there. All right, so let's see what this brings up. 8 months, KillNet. 8 months, 6 days. So they're hiding this. 6 months, 8 months. See how they're hiding it? One slips through. 4 days. U.S. government agencies targeted in latest global cyber attack. 1 year, 4 days. 5 years, right? So when they go in to expunge topics like this, I mean, some are coming in, they can't get all of them, so let's check out what is leaking through. It says Microsoft, LinkedIn, and UPS hacked, okay, by anonymous Sudan. Cyber News, don't know if I trust that. And where's the other one? 4 months, 4 days. This is Forbes, so if Forbes is saying this, then they want you to know about it. U.S. government agencies targeted in latest, let's look at this, propaganda. Slovakia. The global cyber attack has hit multiple U.S. government agencies, federal officials said Thursday, joining a string of recent hacks that target a vulnerability in a widely used file transfer software. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency said in a statement, it is working urgently to understand impacts and ensure timely remediation. I don't believe any of this. This is all coming from the inside. The infrastructure is such that they would know exactly who's doing it, where they can pick them up, and all of that at this point. Otherwise, why move into the future with digital currency and all of that if you can't police it, if you don't have things in place to prevent this kind of activity? It doesn't make sense. What makes sense is that they're presenting this whole shit. Okay. Eric Goldstein, Executive Assistant Director for Cybersecurity. You ain't doing your job if they're succeeding at cyber attack. Said the hackers targeted the move itself. If they're succeeding, then whoever is getting paid, Executive Assistant Director, you should be fired. Okay, this is Forbes breaking news 4 days ago. This is all contrived. Okay, this is them bringing their polycrisis, which we'll come back to. So there's cyber attacks. They're going on. They made a threat, right? Let's go to the threat real quick. Is that the threat right there? Anonymous. Hacker group Anonymous declares cyber war on Putin's Russia. What? That's a year ago, Slovakia. That's 7 months. Let's look at this real quick.
Hi, I am Joe, the leading AI-generated voice in cybersecurity. And here is an update to a story I already covered a week ago. Anonymous Sudan, a hacker group which is widely believed to have nothing to do with either Anonymous or Sudan, is continuing its attacks on Microsoft and several other American companies. Back in early June, it announced a plan to attack American infrastructure because the U.S. supposedly considered invading Sudan.
Okay, so good enough. All right, so there were threats going out. Let's see. It's pretty short. Anthony Glickman, you made a big mistake when you thought about invading Sudan. We will continue to target critical infrastructure. Okay, Anonymous Sudan. All right, and now these things are going on. There's the threat, and then there's the proof. Okay, so we're going to move from cyber attack to lights out. Blackout. Let's say planned blackout. Let's see what that produces in a search. 4 days, Reddit blackout rolls on for more than 5,000 subreddit past planned end date. What is that? 8 months, 3 years, 3 years, 2 years. Okay. Right here. 4 days, Sky News. National Grid to keep blackout prevention scheme this winter. What is all of this about? Right? It's a year ago, a month ago, 6 months. We're just skimming through these. Okay. Well, a blackout must be coming because they are sure expunging anything having to do with it. Reddit's API rug pull. So something happened at Reddit, but the blackout that we're talking about is when the grid goes down. All right. 4 months, 4 years. Grid down, blackout. Read it. Maybe I'm not being specific enough. Don't ignore this warning. Warning, grid failure. Prepare now for 2/3 of North America to have major blackout. This is Alaskan prepper. It's 4 weeks ago. So we're at that time. 9 days. Warning of a massive summer blackout in America, coinciding with these troops being put on the street. How long is this? 14 minutes. 3 weeks ago. Okay. 5 months, 7 months, 3 days. Prepare for power grid down. What you need to know. How long is this? How bad is it? That's 4 years ago. Nate. Get ready. Only 12 months until shit is the fan. Here's proof. That might be worth watching. This guy keeps it short. Okay. Breaking drones flying in American cities. This is a day ago. 11 states hit with serious blackout. Okay. I don't like this guy. The real genius. It's a bit of a Christian. In a bad way. Okay, how to keep your lights going in blackout 2 days ago. Right? And we're just looking. go out from what will go out? Oh, really? Whatever. A couple of these are kind of worth watching. Get ready, only 12 months. Let's look at this real quick. This is Goshen Prepping, 22 hours ago.
Welcome to Goshen Prepping. Thank you for joining us. Indicators are pointing to another depression, World War III, and going through all of this mess all over again. And a very common question I have is, when?
He said World War III, okay, which is our next subject. But
When's all this going to take place? Well, I think we're actually looking at a depression or at least a major economic collapse probably later this year. It's impossible to say when. But when we actually look at what governments are doing, politics are doing, mainstream media is saying, it can give us an indication of what's coming. Xi Jinping has set annexation timeline for Taiwan, warns from a Chinese expert. Chinese President Xi Jinping is reportedly setting a timeline for the annexation of Taiwan, a move that could potentially escalate tensions in the region, according to a Fox News report. Okay, I have to say this. Fox News, maybe in the past, actually tried to put out some good information, but they're just like the rest of mainstream media now, no matter what people say. Okay, here's the meat and potatoes. The report cites a warning from China expert Gordon Chang, who suggests that Xi's time frame could be as soon as 2024, coinciding with the end of his current term. And that's all I'm going to show you on this article. We've seen enough, because when we talk about Xi Jinping's term ending in 2024, guess what else we're talking about in 2024? We're talking about an election in the United States. We are certainly looking at unrest because of this. I believe the whole thing is orchestrated, all of this, just like they admit. They admitted that the last Great Depression was absolutely orchestrated. The Federal Reserve said they did it. They admitted to it. So when we actually see an economic collapse, switching us over to digital currency, heading into a Great Depression, and now people are absolutely desperate. Let's rally together for World War III. I certainly could see all of these timetables unfolding next year. How about you?
all crisis.
When it comes to the two things.
Okay, good. Yeah. This is good enough. This is blackout. Gray down, blackout. Careful. Gray down. This is 11. And this might need some good stuff. 9 days. This was good. All right. Anyway, so there's your blackout. Grid down. All right. World War III is easy. You just go to Canadian Prepper to see what it produces anyway. 4 days ago, these countries will be absolutely destroyed during World War III. The infographic shift. Wow, nice. Okay, so 6 months, 1 month, 7 months, 1 month, a year, 3 days. What countries would look like after World War III? Same thing, infographics. 10 days, same thing. This guy, World War III, U.S. invasion with the E4 Mafia. Who's the E4 Mafia? Let's watch that. It's just a couple of seconds. Okay, but this is what World War III brings up. All right, if you're watching, what is this? Nazi Germany Part 1. World War III shorts viral. What did I want to see? The shorty, huh? Where'd it go? Look weird. How long was this? 58 seconds. Let's see what this says. Tundra Tactical. Look at the AK MS. Let's see what it's going to say.
Once the F-22s do 4 years worth of damage in 12 hours, the Warthogs and Apaches are going to clear up what's left, and then you're going to have the sky fill up with those little 82nd Airborne guys hungry to remind the world of what happens when they get dropped behind enemy lines. They are ready to be anywhere in the world and on the ground, reconstructing your infrastructure into Connect pieces within 18 hours. Putin messes around today, and by tomorrow, some PFC will have found some farmer's daughter to be his new wife. if you are lucky. Worst case scenario is we send a Marine division to do what Marines do. And if you're in a country without crayons, well, they're gonna be hungry and they have loose rules of engagement. Honestly, it doesn't matter what branch is walking your streets because they brought the E4 Mafia. With the E4 Mafia in charge of getting stuff done, you can rest assured anything that you plan to be a problem for our troops will just be a minor inconvenience and a story back in the bars stateside when it's all over.
Ha, you proud bastard. The E4 Mafia. E4 is a specialist in the Army. Okay, the specialist ain't shit in the Army either. But that's funny because the scriptures, the precepts tell you who's going to win the war. All right, and it ain't Babylon the Great. Anyway, so we spent too much time on that. World War III, that's easy. How about Trump arraignment? The latest Trump. I don't know how you spell arraignment. A-R-R-A-I-N. Is that right? Arraignment. Let's see. A-R-R-A-I-G. Okay. Anyway. 1 day, 5 days, 6 days. 6 days going on now. Donald Trump calls Joe Biden the most corrupt president. The pot calling the kettle black. 6 days ago, 3 weeks, 6 days. Trump indictment. Doesn't say arraignment, it says indictment. 6 days, Trump pleads not guilty at federal arraignment. So this is distraction at its finest. 6 days, 2 hours. Set for trial August 14th. Okay, breaking news. How long is this? This is Forbes breaking news. Breaking news, Trump's classified up. So what's going on when you see this, right? Oh, they set a trial for August 4th. What's going on that they need to distract you from around this time? That's how you read the news. It says, took a $5 million bribe from Ukraine. Trump laces into Biden after arraignment. That was 6 days ago. So let's look at this real quick. Trial. It should give us some information.
Any questions?
Slovakia. Gotta wait for this propaganda. So if everything is going to hell in a handbasket, what do all of these commercials mean if you're going to switch over to CBDC? It says Trump's classified docs trial set for August 14th. This is huge news right now, 2 hours ago. Okay. Jury trial in the Justice Department's case against former President Donald Trump over his handling of classified documents. Set to convene August 14th. Judge Eileen Cannon, that's his girl. See, this is, as soon as you see the players involved, ordered Tuesday after a trial. Is that the one he doesn't like, or is that the one he's got in his pocket? A day after Trump defended his alleged refusal to return the documents. This is all pomp and circumstance. Total distraction by suggesting you did not have to. Okay, so this is, who is this? Forbes, right? This is the media, right? This is mainstream media doing what they do. They have the power to control the narrative, if you will. So anyway, Trump arraignment. And one more, summer solstice. Let's look at this. Summer solstice ritual. 2023. What will it be? This is just for shits and giggles. I mean, these witches, this is what they do. 6 days ago. Right? 4 days. Summer solstice manifesting ritual. Okay. And the witches pop up. 11 months, 10 days, Irish summer solstice. Serious alignments occurring 3 weeks ago. Right? So if there's serious alignments occurring, these people, right, they start making their there's great sacrifices, right? And I'm talking about cremation of care type sacrifices, if you understand what that is, right? Blood drinking, the life is in the blood, right? And that goes both ways. The Most High requires blood, right? There's balance in. See, where you have witches on one side, you got the Most High is on the other side. You got the bad and the good. So, 4 weeks ago. 2 days, tanks, troops deployed. No views. This is new. Oh, that's 20. That might be worth looking at. I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to save it. Okay, so, what was I going to do? Summer solstice. Oh, okay. Let me get a preset. Life is in blood. I'll have to go outside of this. Okay. So there's a balance going on. What the hell is that? Leviticus 17 and 11, King James. For the life of the flesh is in the blood. Understand that. Altar to make an atonement for your souls. Yahushua. The blood of Christ, washed by the blood of Christ. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. So when these witches on the left-hand side deal with the cremation of care, okay, they're doing this on the, okay, a false balance, false balance is an abomination, right? Proverbs 11 and 1, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight, okay? Let's get Ecclesiastes. You have to understand there's a reason for witches and warlocks and wickedness and evil. The Most High created that. Okay. Ecclesiastes 3. Start at the top. To everything, including witches and evil, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Okay? What time are we in right now? Time to love? No. And a time to hate? Yes. A time of war? Yes. And a time of peace? We're not in the time of peace. We will be in the kingdom. But right now, right, you got to go through hell to get to heaven. Okay, so there's a time for everything, including witches and wickedness and evil. And we're at the end of Satan's heaven is time to rule. Okay? So when you go back to the blood and bloodletting and the cremation of care, right? Geopolycrisis. We'll go back to that glass parking lot. Let's get this. Watch. Cremation. Now it's going to hide it because this is serious witchcraft. Cremation of care. See how it's hiding it? Let's get it here. You know what? Let's go to DuckDuckGo. It'll come right up. We got DuckDuck. We got DuckDuck. This is what they do at the Bohemian Grove with the owl and cremation. See how it comes right up in Wikipedia. It didn't come, it was hiding it from me a minute ago. All right? The cremation of care is an annual what? Ritual production written, produced, and performed by and for members of the Bohemian Club. It is staged. It's not staged, it's real. At the Bohemian Grove near Monte Rio, California, in front of a 40-foot tall image of an owl, Molech, at a small artificial lake and amid a private old grove of redwood trees. What is it? What is the cremation of care? Are you going to say what it is? Burning of effigies or what? What is this? This is the kind of thing that goes on during the summer solstice. This is one of those things. The cremation of care ritual. Care is a little baby, right? And cremation is burning. Burning of effigies or human sacrifice, murder. It's giving you a question right there. What the hell do you think it is? Are they just acting like they're doing this, or are they doing it? So, come on. We won't even, I just want to see what it is. We won't get into whether it's real or not. Satan is real. You got the spiritual demon Satan, and then you have his physical counterpart on the earth who gets his power through Satan by doing things on the left-hand side. Okay? Which goes back to that a false balance. Can't have one without the other. I, the Lord, do all. I, the Lord, we're going to end it. Do all these things. What does I, the Lord, do? Okay, well, let's find out. Isaiah 45:7. I, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, form the light and create darkness, the cremation of care, bloodletting, killing children, drinking blood. I make peace and create evil, the cremation of care, killing babies, sacrificing babies on the altar, spilling their blood and doing what you do with blood because life is in the blood. I, the Lord, do all these things. Period. Period. All right? So, what the Most High is doing right now, okay? He's bringing the polycrisis through these devils. Let's go back. Okay? What is a polycrisis? The climate emergency, CV19, which is pestilence, wars and rumors of war, artificial AI, hell, record numbers of migrants, It's a psyop and deep uncertainty about the future. Well, we don't have deep uncertainty about the future. Why? Because we follow the scriptures. Okay? We got that wisdom of Solomon. Okay? Here's why. Sirach 5:15. We follow the scriptures. Be not ignorant of anything, including bloodletting, and where it comes from, in a great matter or a small. Right? So keep your eyes peeled for what's going on. Tomorrow's the summer solstice. Don't become a sacrifice. Stay prayed up, all right? And know what's going on. Right? If you see a blue piece of tape on your door handle, don't touch it. All right? So with that, we hope the elect will edify you, brothers and sisters, with that shalom.